We are firm believers that every business, enterprise, or venture should be solving a problem with a service or a product that is helpful and valuable. So before getting into what the Axiom is or how it functions, let's look at this question. Why the Axiom? What problem is the Axiom solving? Just looking at the population of the greater Orrville area that is 25 or older, 22.3% never finished high school. And with that, a whopping 54.3% have no college experience at all. Only 11% has a bachelor's degree or greater. Right now, there are more than 7,000 kids between the ages of 10 and 19. If the trends continue, more than 1,561 students won't finish high school. Less than 770 students will receive bachelor's degrees. And more than 3,800 kids won't even attempt college. 54%. In the next decade, the quality of the workforce, as well as per capita personal income and the area's future economic prosperity will be affected not just by these numbers, but by these young adults. The Axiom is advocating for students in Orrville while focusing on the 54%. The Axiom is a nonprofit youth center building platforms of success for students to realize and utilize untapped potential, which raises the question, if the Axiom is building platforms, who are the builders? The Axiom is made up of two groups of adults that are advocating for students, staff and boards. Our staff is made up of volunteers and paid staff. Our two boards deal with the operational effectiveness and the executive oversight. Okay, so who are the customers, really? Well, there's two types, students and supporters. Our target student is found in a specific niche. Traditional education is working for some students. Most of them realize their own potential, are highly driven, and have excellent support outside of school. The rest of these students are missing one or more of these circumstances and frequently slip into hopelessness. Changing this entire demographic is daunting, but we think there is this niche of students that will be incredibly successful by building some platforms for them, which will in turn begin to affect the rest of the students in their demographic. Our supporters are extremely diverse, but they all share the same mindset. Being good news to students who live bad news gives hope to their lives and our community as a whole. The real connector in these customer relationships is the staff who are building platforms of success for students and communicating impact to supporters. Through video stories and donor socials, we are closing the gap between donors and students, connecting supporters, advocates, and incredibly grateful kids. How does the Axiom build these platforms of success? Let's start at the bottom. We've built an attractive environment by opening up our facility in downtown Orrville in August of 2007. It allows for students to drop in to experience things that attract them, like video games, computers, billiards, coffee, and a welcoming atmosphere. This foundation creates an environment for key student-staff relationships and introduces students to our value propositions. In Phase 1, there are 3 platforms. The first builds trust between the student and staff. Students must feel that they belong at the Axiom before they believe that we care about them. They must believe that we care about them before they feel the need to behave. The second initiates a cycle called the character flywheel. Students begin to realize that character is something they can change, and in order to make the most of their life story, they need to work on character development now. The third evaluates the student's progress, demonstrating adequate personal skill sets and character, ultimately transitioning them into Phase 2. In Phase 2, there are 4 platforms. The first is an idea incubator. Students begin to answer questions like, what do you love to do? And what problems in the world would you love to fix? We help them cultivate their ideas and interests, identifying ways to connect their passions with ideas that can change the world. The second is a plan accelerator. Students begin to shape a business, program, or self-success plan while looking at possibilities for driving their financial or resource engine. The third initiates a cycle called the launch flywheel. Students begin taking steps to implement their plan. As they begin to move forward and launch this program, they refine disciplined thought and action to remain focused. The final platform for students allows them to reinvest at the Axiom. As they achieve success, they reinvest themselves as tools and resources for other students while offering support and encouragement. How does financial support make an impact? Most donations support the overhead of running a facility. It enables us to create a dynamic, attractive environment for students. We also are creating a venture capital fund within the Axiom to directly invest in youth-run ventures. As the students develop their plans, they will have a chance to present these plans to the Axiom board members and apply for seed money. As these funds are distributed to students and then repaid and reloaned again, the support from donors is recycled to create more and more and more impact for years to come. No matter where you find yourself, student, staff, or supporter, we are excited for you to advocate for students and live out your part in changing the community of Orrville, one life at a time.